All right, so we did problem 1. We talked a little bit about problem 2, but we are going to address a little bit harder problems. So 3 and 4. With 3, we're just going to identify the bases and the height, and then we'll actually do number 4. So for problem 3, what kind of a prism is it? It's got 2 identical bases, but those bases are triangles. It's a triangular prism. So shade in the front triangle, and if you slide that triangle all the way through, you end up shading in the back triangle. Easier with a pencil. And you got to think about that base, that if you slide it through, it will actually touch all the rest of the lateral sides as you slide it through. Now, how far did you have to slide it to get from the front to the back? That's the height. So circle that number and put an H by it. Hopefully you circled the 12. All right. So that's the main issue, is you have to be able to identify the base, the other base, and then the height is the distance from base to base. Now, as I said before, I just redraw the triangle, and then I can compute all the rest of my stuff. So we're not going to compute everything. I'm just going to show you what the base is and how to compute the B and the P. So the base is this triangle right here. So if I label everything, I got 4 on the bottom, I got 7 over here, there's a tick mark, so that one's also a 7, and then the height is 6. So if I'm going to compute the B is, since it's a triangle, 1/2 4 by 6. And then I would compute that, which is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. And then the next thing I'll do is compute the P from that. And the P is 7 plus 7 plus 4, all the way around the triangle. 14 and 4, that's 18. And then you just fill in the height. So since it is a triangle, the area is 1/2 base times height, and for a perimeter, you just added the 3 sides. Now you just take those numbers and plug them into the formulas. I am going to always suggest to rewrite the formulas. For lateral area, actually that's the only one I don't rewrite the formula. For surface area is 2B plus PH. So 2B plus PH, and then you plug everything in. For volume is B times H, and you'd plug everything in. And then for lateral area, it's just P and H, so you would just rewrite that second part of the formula. So we're not going to do that one. We're actually going to do number 4. So you're going to try to stay ahead of me. Number 1, what kind of prism is it? It's a triangular prism. So shade the triangle, the one base, and shade the other base. Start by shading. So the top base and the bottom base, and how far is it from base to base? If you drag it from the top to the bottom, how far did it go? Circle that number, which is the height. And label it H. Hopefully you circled the 4. The 4 is the distance from the top base to the bottom base. Okay? So from the top base to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, that's 4. And then try to pause right now and redraw the triangle, find its area and its perimeter. So redraw that triangular base, try to find its area and its perimeter. If you don't want to pause and you just want to kind of go along with me, that's fine, but try to pause and stay ahead. All right, this guy is a triangle. And if I redraw it, like I said, I like to, that's 8 by 6 by 10. So the B, the area of the base, is, since it's a triangle, 1/2 8 by 6. 1/2 8 by 6. So that's 4, 6, 6, 24. And then the P is all the way around, the perimeter, 10 plus 8 plus 6. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24 again. Ooh, that's weird. But it happens. And then the height is 4. Now, even if you did not pause it now and try to plug those numbers into the formulas and then come back and see how you did, okay? I'm gonna keep going here, but if you wanna pause and then come back to see if you did okay. All right, write the formula to be, or not to be, plus pH, and you plug those values in. So 2 times 24 plus 24 times 4. Oh, goodness gracious, I ran out of room. That's 24 times 4. All right, 2 times 24 is 48. 24 times 4 is 96. And you add those two things together, you get 144. The lateral area is just the second part, right? So this part right here is your lateral area. And we already know that number is 96, so I just fill in 96. And then the volume is B times H. So the B up top right here is 24. The H over here is 4. And 24 times 4 is 96. Sweet, okay. Weird that you kind of have a lot of numbers that are the same, but that's okay. So we found the base, we redrew it, we found the height and labeled it. We found the area and the perimeter of that base. We wrote those numbers where they go and then plugged them into the formula starting with surface area. And the last thing to do is write the units of measurement. So the volume is, ooh, they gave me units, is cubed. Anything with an area is squared. Height is just plain old units. Perimeter is plain old units. And base is units squared. That's area of a base. All right, we're going to try one on the next page.